Help me ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. I hope everybody's having a great start to the week. I've taken delivery today. I've taken the sticker off. It was quite easy to remove actually. A deck from, just stab the table, Artisan Tarot, who you've seen me show their decks a lot really over the last couple of years, from the Dodal, the last one was the Reveal, they've done the Jean Noblet, and yeah, they, William Rader reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in reviewing this deck, which I immediately just said, yes please, because there's a couple of reasons. I think we was just talking about tarot socks at the weekend, weren't we? And I had no idea a pair of tarot socks were being sent. But this is really cool. Foot Clothes by Artisan Tarot, as you can see here. And we've got this devil character here. That is so cool. Really, really cool. Fits fits most adult humans. Size 5 to 13. Well, I'm a 12, so that will do fine. That's really cool. I'm really chuffed about that. Oh, and there's a couple of little bits in the bottom too. I will put information about the deck. I think it's been on Kickstarter. And I'll also link below the interview that Justin Michael did on his channel with the creator, Alejandro Rozan. It seems like, I mean, I wasn't able to watch it live as it happened, but I was able to watch it back, and he just seems like such a nice young man. From Cuba and relocated to the US, which was, you know, something that he really needed to do. And from what I understand, the advanced money given to him to create this deck by Artisan Tarot was what enabled him to be able to leave Cuba and move to the US. But again, information, if you watch the interview on Justin's channel, and I will link the interview in the description. So I've got this little, I don't know if it's, it looks like advertisements or something. So we've got a business card, which has this ace of batons here. And it says Artisan Tarot, join our Discord chat room. So they're on Discord, and you can scan that QR code. In fact, if I bring it up, that makes it easier. Oh, let's make sure I'm not getting too many shadows. So yeah, there's the QR code. And then, now Stephen Bright, we know Stephen and admire Stephen and his work. I've known him through the online tarot community ever since I've had a channel really, so a good 6 years. From what I understand, Stephen is writing a guidebook to, oh, this is a heavy deck, to accompany this deck, Tarot Day Ambiguïtés. And I think that's coming out imminently. And it is something that I do want to get, because the artwork in this deck, it's a modern take on Marseille style of decks, although it brings in, you know, Vandenborg, it brings in Besançon and Reveal. So it's got lots of different kind of influences in the deck. But then it has this real kind of quirky, little bit macabre, modern take to it. So you do see body parts moved around, like heads and things like that. But it's really fun, and I think he's done a fantastic job. But it would be really nice as well to read the guidebook with it and see kind of like the inspiration behind the cards. I'm sure that's what they go into. Check out our other decks. So just, I can show you a few here. they've done Jean Noblet, the Reveal. We also have the Jean Dodal, and we have the Nicolas Convert. So they've done a few decks. They also gave out a free, I don't know if it's still available on their website, but a free majors only Dodal. And yeah, you could, what was it, Noblet? My mind's gone blank. But you just paid postage and they sent it free of charge, which I just thought was really cool. So let's just pop these away. Okay, and then it looks like we've got some art cards here, which are cool, really cool. So you can see the different types of influences here, the different types of, you know, the devil that you might see in the Reveal. So yeah, that's really cool. I like them. Oh, they're like little postcards. That's really neat. I like that. Okay, so let's pop that there. And then let's have a look at the deck. So the decks from Rozan Tarot are in these tuck boxes, and they're really nice quality actually. They're not your flimsy type of tuck box. They do stand up well to use. They also have it where, and I really like that, where there's a cutout for the thumb and you can just, you know, pinch the deck and take it out. So these are the backs, which are very similar to, where is it? The Reveal. The coloration is a little bit different. So this is kind of like black on white. This is white on black, but it's the same style, which is cool. I like the backs. The backs are really nice. Cardstock is always second to none. And it is one of the reasons why when, you know, Rozan Tarot reach out and say, are you interested in reviewing one of our decks? I just know I'm getting a beautiful quality deck. It is, you know, that beautiful soft linen. So let's see if it will, yeah, it should pick that up on with the light there. This beautiful soft linen. It just makes the deck just slide. They're just really, really gorgeous. It's casino quality, I think is how it's often referred to. So I'm going to bring the camera down so we can have a closer look at the cards, and yeah, we'll take it from there. Okay, hopefully, I've had to turn the overhead light off because bringing the camera down casts a shadow on the cards, and I have got a ring light, so hopefully this is nice and clear, not too dark. I'll see when I do the editing, but the other way around is to just zoom in, but then you do lose some of the quality. And I really want you to see the beauty of this deck, because the detailing in it is tremendous. But anyway, we get this little card as part of the deck, and it's got some information on it. And it says, the Tarot des Ambiguïtés is a reimagining of the Tarot de Marseille, faithful to its style and inspired by its symbolism. And I really like that, because this deck is faithful to the old wood blocks and wood printing, block printing, you know, wood carving. I'll get out in a minute what I actually mean. And it could be, you know, an historical deck, but the amazing aspect to this deck is that it's been completely drawn. It's not a traditional deck that's been redrawn. It's been created from scratch. And Alejandro, from memory, I'm sure I'm right in saying this, used a fountain pen so big up fountain pens, used a fountain pen to create this deck. Anyway, it says a vibrant narrative emerges from its evocative art, hand-drawn by Alejandro R. Rozan in Cuba. So this deck was created in Cuba before he came to the US. Details of the original deck are explored in Tarot Shapeshifter. Now that's the name of the book by, yes it says, it's guidebook written by Stephen Bright in the UK. Oh, I have to get that book because like that's what I hoped it would do. You know, the details of the original deck are explored, so we get the explanation behind the artwork. These powerful images were designed to enhance the intuition of seasoned readers and excite newcomers to the rich and evolving tarot tradition. And isn't that right? Tarot is ever evolving. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick these up and hold them in my hand because they just glide, and a few times I've pressed the re-record button because I just don't want to make sure they're not in shot now, so I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Hopefully that hasn't made it grainy at all. So here we have our Fool, Lamat, and what we have here is the Fool has become the dog, and the dog is our Fool character carrying his staff here with his swag. But having said that, you know, the Fool isn't the dog, it's in the position of the dog trying to warn the Fool. So it's kind of like the roles have been reversed. But it is so cool. Look at the Fool's face. I love it. I like the colours as well. The colours are nice and deep and rich. And the detailing is wonderful. Here is our Magician card. There's lots of different things, as you know, we've got our usual kind of symbols. Notice there's more than one arm here. Looks like he's got at least one additional arm. It looks like it's a fish or something. I can see like an eye. We've got dice and coins. Oh, and there's an additional leg. So the table only has 2 legs, and there's 3 legs here and 3 arms. It's weird and wonderful. Just what I like. La Papesse, our High Priestess or Popess. And there's so many, the more you kind of look at these images, the more there is to spot, to see. Our Empress. And here we have our Emperor. The Pope. And here we have our Lover's card. Interesting that the central figure is naked. Cupid being blindfolded. I love the Chariot. This is a fantastic Chariot card. I like the sun and the moon here. Almost part of the armory. This would have been a cool card to show on Kelly Bear's 7th birthday that I joined her with and was looking at the Chariot cards and the different style of Chariot cards. This would have been a great one to show. Here we have Justice. And it's in keeping, you know, where use, you know, when carved in stone, whether it's stone masonry or in woods, in wood, they used to do it as a V. And W's would be 2 V's. The Hermit, quite weird to see the contortion here. I mean, at first I thought, so the hermit is kind of holding his own head because he's got his hair in his hands, but then he's holding the torch, the lantern here. But yeah, it's kind of wrap around. It takes a moment to kind of see it. A Wheel of Fortune. Interesting strength card, La Force. There is this swap here of the heads. Le Pendu. Notice there's a hand here grabbing the ankle. So we get the traditional stance, not really standing, but you know what I mean, the position. But there is a hand here holding that ankle. Cool Death card. That really kind of embodies, you know, the transition, the new life. Death isn't an end. Look at all these beautiful flowers that are growing through the skeletal framework of the death figure. Quite cool. I really like the aged effect of the cards as well. Really nice. We have Temperance. It's kind of making this infinity symbol here. Our Devil. Wow. There's so much detail. And this was done with fountain pens. Le Maison Dieu. Our Tower card. This is a really interesting star card. So her head is in the water here, and the central star is in a position where her head would be. It looks like she's emptying out sand as well as water here. The Moon card. That is cool. There is a bit of a shadow, isn't there, maybe if I do it like that. The Sun. Got the horse here. The Sun is actually riding a horse with the flag. I love his beard and moustache. And then we have Judgment. And finally, our World card. We've got some batons here and other suits being represented, coins. All right, so we go on to the minors. So we've got this decapitated arm. This is interesting. So we do get the traditional kind of configuration, but there's only oh, it's the swords. I was like, oh, hold on a minute. Yeah, I just seeing this arm, I thought it was batons, but it's swords. Batons is coming up. because he's holding this dagger here, of course. You can tell here that these are swords, but there's like hands grabbing the blades at each end as well. Do you see these hands? And holding the central sword here, you've got blood, as you would. Blood as you would. You know, grabbing that blade. They are beautiful. Very quirky. And you know, we get so many modern retelling of the RWS, loads of different versions, and not so much with Marseille. It happens, you know, with Marshmallow Marseille, Roz's New Choice, Tarot des Hautes Arts, but very often they are historical decks that are reproduced. But this has that style, but it goes to different places. Our king. Now we have batons, and this time it's a foot or the lower part of the limb of a leg. But then this part here is very, you know, how we would see the ace of batons. So we have feet rather than hands at the other end of the batons. Oh, this cardstock is so nice. Interesting. Okay. Wow, so our cups is linking very much to the hearts, as we would see in playing cards, and that's great because cups is water. It's about you know, emotions and things like that, so it's quite an obvious link anyway. But we get to see this kind of almost it looks like a severed heart, you know, with lots of arteries and things coming off it, and these splats of blood. So we get hearts, and here we have the creator's name, which we get with the 2. So Alejandro, Rozan. Lots of dripping blood in this suit. You see the heart firmly in her chest centre there. All right, and then we have our coins, which are heads. Yeah, just checking. I know it's a head for the ace, but yeah, heads. So we get the name of the deck, which is very in keeping for the 2 of coins. Tarot des Ambiguïtés, Alejandro R. Rozan, 2022. the advertisement card here. Thank you for your purchase. May these cards inspire your readings and to visit the website. So that's an additional card, like the information card. So it's a great deck. It's fun, it's imaginative, it's different. As I said, a little bit macabre, particularly with the hearts and the blood splats and the severed limbs and heads being decapitated and things like that. And the switch around, you know, it's playful, but still giving you that sense of an historic tarot deck. Yeah, it's fun, and I'm so glad to have it in my collection. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think of this deck? Yeah, leave some comments below. Is it one that you've backed on Kickstarter and you're waiting for? Have you had it arrive and you started to work with it? How are you finding it? Yeah, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everybody, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.